After spending one night at the Del Norte Redwoods, I headed north on the 101. The plan was to stay a week with my friend who lived in Nehalem. I decided it was a great opportunity to stop at all the independent little bookshops along the coast. Now, it might seem strange to go from the Redwoods, drive all the way up the coast of Oregon, and then drive all the way back down a week later, but that was my life. Seawolf Books is the westernmost bookstore in the continuous United States. It's absolutely adorable. Port Orford, like most seaside towns in the Pacific Northwest, is full of art galleries and quilt shops, and you can see creativity pretty much everywhere you look. But don't blink, because the town is tiny and you might miss it. The store is owned by Charlie Stevens, a non-binary author of a novel called A Wounded Deer Leaps Highest. Former wilderness guide, and at some point they were a seasonal shark diver, which was very cool. Charlie was working the day I came in, but I was too shy to ask for an interview, which I absolutely regret. They were very happy with me filming the store, which is adorable and highly curated. I could actually spend an hour there in a corner just flipping through every book on the shelf. I bought a book called Cabin by Patrick Hutchinson and met the dog. Next stop along the rugged seaside coast is a little town called Bandon. It's full of gift shops, beautiful restaurants. There's a chocolate shop. Coastal Mist Chocolates is a must stop, especially for dark chocolate lovers like me. And then there's the Sassy Seagull, where I fell in love with 100 mermen and had to constantly remind myself that I'm broke and I can't shop, but I love the sound of the wind chimes. Right next door is the Winter River bookstore, which, like a lot of small towns, it's full of more than just books. There's a lot of gifts. There's a whole kids section. There's greeting cards, arts and crafts, calendars, you name it, they got it. To save myself from spending money, I took off for Sunset Bay State Park, where I was going to camp for the night. There's a windy drive out to the Cape. I didn't know what to expect, but the campgrounds are a little more like a trailer park, and because of the summer months, it was packed. It has a convenient access to the Oregon Coast Trail, and you can rent your own yurt. I took off to explore and found this little tunnel that takes you under the main road and out to the bay.
A little creepy.
The walk isn't terribly long, but the reveal is dramatic.
probably should have brought my bag with my water.
It was pretty stunning, and the fog was just coming in. The birds were fishing for their dinner. It was pretty amazing.
Let's see. Massively dumb things I've done today. I told a woman at the campsite this morning all of my plans for like the next 2 days. I didn't know who she was. She was talking about her route. She was in her 60s and solo traveling. But we were by the restrooms. Like, there was no privacy. You don't tell people. Strangers I was just talking away. And as I'm walking away, I'm like, anyone within earshot knew my route, my plans. Dumb, stupid. I reached into my toiletry bag and was looking for Benadryl because I've got a huge mosquito bite on my forehead. And I'm just rummaging around in there, and I like slide my finger along my razor. Just cut my pointer finger not once, but 3 times. And I pull my finger out. There's blood everywhere. Really brilliant. Brilliant. Seriously.
Got this cool fan that you can put like essential oils in the back of. Like right back there. I put some vanilla oil. Vanilla bean. It's like a rechargeable fan. Book. I just picked this up today. Everyone outside is burning campfires to the point where it's hard to breathe. So I thought I would take some time to read.
It's time to really tighten my budget. I've been spending money as if I have some. I knew San Francisco would be expensive, but I've been wasting money buying food, and I had some food go bad in the ice chest. I knew the ice chest was going to be a bad idea. I really wanted to get one of those really cool 12-volt refrigerators that plug in, but you kind of need another power source, which I don't have. And I also had Raven with me, so that wasn't viable. There wasn't enough room. So I gotta come up with a better option, because doing the ice, it just makes such a mess. Maybe I'll start doing bags. I have some frozen packs, but what I found is that when you're at a hotel and you just have a little refrigerator, that doesn't freeze them, and then things in the ice chest stay cool for a few hours, but then go bad. So, lesson learned. That's going to be a constant, and I really hate spending $5 on a bag of cold water, that's just going to melt, and do that over and over again. It just doesn't seem feasible. It's a waste of money. So I need to figure that out. I bought books because I can't help myself. I love stopping at bookstores, but I can't be buying books. I have so many books I don't have time to read. I don't have the ability. So I'm gonna have to be careful, but I know it's inevitable. There's going to be book purchases, and I am going to see friends on this next week and spend some time in North and Central Oregon. So I am sure I'm going to be doing more of those kinds of things, shopping and book swapping and things like that, because my friends are all writers and readers, so I'm sure there'll be plenty of that. Let's see. I'll think of something else. I've been making a list of mistakes. I just have to learn from them. Maybe you can learn from them too.
I took off in the morning, still listening to the Correspondent, and headed for Coos Bay and North Bend. I love how each of these stores reflects the town they live in. North Bend, near Coos Bay, is a working port town. It's a little rough around the edges, but I bet you would find hidden gems in here. Books that are out of print, that cover that you used to love. And for anyone like me who's sick of chatbots and automation, you're going to get real customer service here.
It was really nice. The woman behind the counter actually told a couple who came in to sell a box set of books that they should do it online because they'll make better money. And it was very sweet to see their reaction when she told them how much the books are going for right now. And as much as she would have sold or bought the used books here, she directed them in a way that's really great. It's the reason that I really love small town independent books. It's, they're struggling to survive, but yet at the same time, that was really sweet advice. And it had nothing to do with making a buck for the store, which makes it even more highly recommended to come to this shop. If you're in the area, used books.
Listening to the Correspondent as I drive through southern into central Oregon, I had no opinion of the book whatsoever. It was recommended by Sarah from Sarah's Bookshelves podcast, and I am absolutely loving this book. I don't know why I find it so yummy. It makes me want to write letters and makes me sort of nostalgic for that kind of slower, thoughtful correspondence. And maybe that's part of it. But it's also this idea of this person and their life put together through a series of almost like puzzle pieces. Like each correspondence is this little part of a big life. It's quite brilliant. And I mean, I know that's how these novels often are when they're all written as letters. And I've never been a fan of it before, but I absolutely love this.
so far, I'm asking every bookseller for this particular book because I really want to highlight certain passages. It's just one of those kind of books. Oregon is so interesting and strange. It's beautiful, especially the coast. All the sand dunes and the big pine trees. Cross the border from Washington or California and immediately know you're in Oregon. I'm just nearing Tillamook and getting towards the end of my driving day. It was a much longer day, partly because, you know, if you've ever taken the 101, you know that it can be very slow, and it's a Friday, so there's lots of tourists because it's summer high season, and you know, Lincoln City is just jam-packed. So I'm happy to be getting to my friend's house soon, laundry, and get online. I've made a habit of stopping at Starbucks during the day on my travel days. Oh, it was a little chipmunk or squirrel in the road that I don't believe I hit it, but boy, I didn't hear anything, so I didn't hit it. But the irony of running it over would be upsetting. Even despite running me out of my home.